Hello everyone. Today we're going down the abyss of the Toshiba computer line. What we are staring at here is a Toshiba Satellite Pro 425 CDS. It is Pentium based, as you can tell. Now I see these for sale all the time, and most of them do turn on, but there is no display. The motherboards themselves do have quite a few capacitors on them. I did try to repair the capacitors on one of the boards that I had, but it was ultimately unsuccessful. That particular board went to a 430 CDT, or CDS. If you get a CDT, that's the better one to go get of that line because they have the active matrix display where these S series do not. So let's take a look at our, if you could call it a score, or you call it whatever you want. Never been a big fan of Toshiba products, but maybe the later ones were just terrible and the earlier ones are fine. So, it's the pencil eraser mouse only, no trackpad, much like the LTE 5000 series. And your sound, mechanical sound, your headphones, very dirty. I wonder if a kid or something got to the pencils and started going to town. So if this thing does turn on, we'll give it a proper cleaning like it deserves. And your battery is right here. CD-ROM, which I know does work. There's a brightness and contrast right here. And it's a big boy in the back. Yeah, infrared, VGA, your parallel connection. If you have a docking station for this, that's where that would go. And the nice thing is the power supply is actually a little bar that goes right down here. And then you just plug in an ordinary cord and you can test them. So that's a little word of the wise. If you find one of these that are untested, chances are it probably doesn't work. It probably has the symptoms that I mentioned earlier where it may turn on, but it's just a black screen. Combo PS2, keyboard and mouse, and a taped up door. Can't seem to get that off with one hand. And I do have a donor PC, the 430 CDS, that may or may not be compatible with this, so we shall see. It happens as soon as I get this tape off. Good God. Well, that's a lesson for all of us here, is to have some kind of sharp object that can tear through that stuff like melted butter. And try to find things within arm's reach. Bloody hell. It's already proving to be the world's toughest Scotch tape. Yep, and that is why that door was taped shut like that. It had a crack in it. Okay. But either way, if this laptop does work, I do have a donor to recover that asset. Because, yeah, there's the latch that's supposed to keep that door intact is long gone. So this door was already broken even before I got and finished it off, or whatever you want to call it. Well, let's just say I finished it off. Alright, enough of the Scotch business here. I'm not sure if these are card bus or PCMCIA slots. We can find that out as we get into this. And then you have a line out and microphone. So on the surface, it seems like a pretty decent machine for its day. Now, I don't know if the battery itself is lithium ion. There is a lithium ion offering for this particular system. But I don't know if this machine has a lithium-ion battery in it or not. So we're going to find that out together. Oh, here we go. So, kind of some specs on there. You got a 425 CDS 810. And my guess is that's probably the hard drive, size of the original hard drive that came with this system. So 810 megabyte drive. And below here is your memory cover. And here I believe you can eject your CD-ROM. On the left side where that door was protecting, you could go purchase an external 3.5-inch floppy and plug it in there. And everything would be good. Alright, I'm going to probably set the camera down. I cannot get this in at the same time. It's a two-hand operation, so we're going to set the camera down. Fortunately, I don't have the tripod handy. There we go. Wow. Well, they didn't build them like they used to, and Toshiba laptops were certainly not like that in their later years, that's for sure. So I try to lift this up. And we have a lithium-ion battery pack, model PA2487U. I'm not sure what the life is on this thing just yet. The other one I have seems like it actually holds a decent charge, so we might be able to get some value out of one of these computers just yet. Alright, so that's almost on. I don't care right now. So, there you go. There's the Toshiba Satellite Pro, which we're going to plug in right now. We'll see it's on here. Like anything else, if there's personal data that absolutely shouldn't be seen to the public world, that part will be edited out. And some of your LEDs, which is very dirty, so it will likely get a nice cleaning if the machine is good. Power button's a little bit tricky. Alright. That's RTC battery. Check system. Check system. Alright, so it has 8 megs of RAM. I don't know how much this is going to tell us. The screen is probably not in perfect shape, but if somebody really wants a retro system, then this is likely going to be a good change of pace for them, or nostalgia purposes. Now I said change of pace, but some people do want the computers they had during their childhood, and if you had one of these, well, looks like we got a chance. It's got the first version of Windows 95 on it. And looks like it's trying to read the CD-ROM. Now, they did say that the screen was partially defective on it. To this point, I've not been able to recreate or reproduce those symptoms. And now the pencil eraser mouse works fine. Yes, the clock battery is confirmed bad. And since this machine does function, I will have a separate video on how to replace that. These particular systems also have a hibernation battery. It's up to you if you want to replace that. It does not. It is not a requirement as long as you're not using sleep mode or any hibernation. It's an expensive battery to produce. So you go to properties. Let's see. So yeah, this appears to be the original hard drive of this system. And it is reading the CD-ROM. Oh yeah, so this mouse is getting a little bit takes a little bit to get used to. So I read that, no problem. Like I said, the 3.5-inch floppy, if we had one, would go right here. There is probably one that goes here, but I don't have such things here. The donor machine also has a CD-ROM in that spot, and it looks like you can create recovery discs with this. That probably be appreciated. Put it on where it's a great idea to keep it. Please, they're licensed only. It's illegal. Blah 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 blah. Cool. Yeah, this kind of just looks like the old compact LTE. Just a little stuff mostly. You got mouseware, you got just software that came with the computer. Lots of screensavers, Toshiba Windows 95 disk drivers, companion diskettes. So yeah, maybe before I let this system go, I will upload these on archive.org and see what we got. As I said, I don't want to go too far into this just because it's not my system. It's somebody else's system, or was somebody else's system, and I don't know what documents are on here, if it's for business or something that goes against the terms and conditions of YouTube. Then I definitely don't want to get into that situation. But there it is. The screen is far from perfect shape. I don't know if I can adjust that. Maybe that's what they meant by a screen defect, is that the bottom of the screen seems darker than the top. Yeah, that kind of did something, but yeah, we got a serviceable computer here. So, well, that'll be the next video, is replacing the Cmos battery. And here's a sneak preview. Here's what one looks like. If I don't drop it, it's a little tiny thing. A JST micro 3-pin. Some of the wires are changed around on this one. Those are a little bit easier to find than some of the other vintage machines I worked on, so that's kind of nice. But to really build them right, you got to have that pin configuration. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions or comments or constructive criticism, feel free to leave them in the comment section. As always, do bear in mind I don't know a lot about Toshiba laptops, and who knows if I'm really going to be keeping down the Toshiba line. Especially their later stuff drives me crazy. Dell knows me by name, or at least they did at one point, because their hard drives were just so terrible. So, that's it. Thank you for watching.